This podcast is brought to you by Contessa Digital.
I need you to accept that not all advice is good advice, and not everyone in your life means you well. Welcome to Confidently Cherished. My name is Keshia Rice. I'm a dating coach. I'm also a hypnotherapist. And today I wanted to talk about something that I've really been trying to avoid talking about for a long time. That is this whole red pill community, the manosphere, these podcast bros who are out here giving out toxic advice on love and dating and relationships. First of all, they don't even believe the advice that they give out on these podcasts or on TikTok or on Instagram. Because if you look at the women that they do end up in relationships with, those women don't fit the women that they say they want to be in relationships with. But beyond that, I have avoided talking about this particular group because I didn't want to give it any validity, right? But at the same time, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. As some of you know, I'm a partner with BetterHelp. And in talking more about mental health content, I'm starting to see the toll that a lot of the things that they say is taking on both women and men, honestly. My heart is working with women. And if you're allowing some of this to get to you, please hear what I have to say. So, in my own life, I am dealing with a man right now, and I'm intentionally being vague because, there are people in my life who, follow me online and listen to the things that I say. So I will say that this person is related to me, and he often has issues with money, right? So I am talking particularly about him for two reasons. One, he has taken to listening to this type of content. So over the time that my relationship with him has grown, I have seen him become increasingly misogynistic, right? Talk about women hitting walls, women being useless for anything other than carrying babies, that type of thing. And at the same time, he says all these things, but he constantly has money issues. And he has, for years now, gone to a woman to bail him out. So he and I recently had a discussion. We were talking about other things, and it came up that he decided that he wanted to ask me for help. And I told him no. So changed the subject, moved on. I thought we were good. And he brings this subject up again, right? And he starts talking about the other woman who is also a relative and how she is so sweet and good and such a great person. And she's been helping him out for so long. And he doesn't understand why I can't be as sweet and as great of a person as her and do the same thing. And I told him no again. We changed the subject, and it came up again about how she is so great and she is so awesome, but he's coming to me. And finally, I didn't even ask, because here's one thing you need to know about relationships and discernment is that if you would learn to talk less and listen more, you don't have to ask too many questions. People will tell you the truth. People will tell you the things that you need to know. So in that vein, I allowed him to continue talking, and it came out that the reason why he was now asking me for this money, and remember, he's asking another woman, even though he considers women to be inferior, but the reason why he's asking me, this woman, for money is because after years of this other female relative helping him out, she was now in debt. She had lent out so much, given so much, that she literally had nothing left. And no one was helping her out. They were just all disappointed because he's not the only one who's taken advantage of her kindness. They were all just disappointed that she couldn't help out, and they were all scrambling to find the next person. She did all of this out of a place of love and wanting to be loved. And at the end of the day, when it came time for her to fall on hard times and for people to love her back, she was discarded. And here's what I want you to get out of that. Because no, this is not a all men are trash type deal. I think there's enough of that other places on social media. You don't have to look to me for that. But this is a matter of, at the end of the day, you need to do what makes you happy. You need to trust your gut. And all of your relationships need to be filtered through the filter of discernment. When people come in your life, when people are already in your life but trying to strengthen that bond, romantic or otherwise, ask yourself, why? What do you have to offer to this relationship? And what do they have to offer to you? And if this person is new into your life, or if they are trying to form a new type of connection, a new type of relationship. So in the example of you never gave them money before, now all of a sudden they want to come to you and hit up your pockets. Why? I don't want you to be heartless or cynical or jaded, right? But I do want you to use common sense. I do want you to use discernment. And I do want you to recognize that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cherished. You deserve to be in relationships where people care about you for who you are, not what you can do. And to that point, the only way you can have relationships like that is if you use your discernment, if you have boundaries, if you set standards, and you're not afraid to stand firm on those things. There is a lot of content online right now aimed specifically at women, asking women to settle, saying that you don't deserve to be in a happy and healthy relationship because you have a certain number of children, or because you've reached a certain age, or because you've had a certain number of sexual partners. And I want to let you know that all of that is bull. It is complete crap. It's not true. And if you were truly using your discernment, you'd recognize that this stuff is being said by men who aren't even the target, right? It is being said by men who don't have nearly as much money as they like to portray online, and are doing photo shoots with rented cars. It is being done by men who are facing sex trafficking charges and could spend a very long time in jail. It is being done by a man who became popular online for giving relationship advice and telling women that they had hit the wall, particularly telling Black women that they hit the wall. But he passed away with no relationship himself, struggling to pay child support. And he was never qualified as a dating coach. He was a stylist, right? So consider the source. Consider the motive. Men who don't have a lot to offer are highly motivated to convince you to settle for less. Don't allow their insecurities to become your problem. Again, you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cherished. And you deserve to know that if you are in a relationship with someone, respect is the bare minimum. And if they try to disrespect you in an attempt to lower your self-esteem, make you feel less than, know that you can always do more and you can always go get better. Even if better is by yourself for a while, it is still better. So I love you so much, and I hope that you will give some of that love to yourself. As always, if you want to connect on social media, I am at Keshia Rice on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. And also, again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. If you're interested in therapy, I am a proud partner with BetterHelp. I will put a link in the show notes so that you can get a discount on your first month. And if you like to work with me, if you like to identify those unhealthy dating patterns, then I encourage you to do a cherished feminine dating audit, diagnostic, where we get together, we figure out what those patterns are. I'll ask you a bunch of questions, and we create a plan to help you create happier and healthy relationships. So I will talk to you soon. Love you so much. Bye. Hey there. So you made it all the way to the end of the episode, which means I have two things to say. One, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And two, you like me. You really like me. So I would appreciate it if you would show that like by subscribing to this podcast so that more people can hear about it and enjoy it as much as you do. And if you want to know more about any of the links that I mentioned on this episode or any guests that I've had, be sure to go to KeshiaRice.com/links. That's KeshiaRice.com/links. I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode. So see you then.